Come on now, dig it. Three stacks in the rock. Three stacks in the rock.
What's up, everybody? Craig here from thepawdlife.com, and I'm excited to tell you that Timber and I just got back from 3 of the most pristine days of dog hiking Central Coast has to offer. It's getting a little cold up here in Big Bear, so we bailed up there to San Luis Obispo and bagged Cerro Alto, Cerro San Luis, and our personal favorite had to be bagging a peak on top of Bishop. So we're going to talk to you about campsites, trailheads, mileage, elevation gain, all that, plus where to get incredible brews and some local Morro Bay vibe down at the Rock, and it's a good jam, so let's get after it. So Cerro Alto is located just outside of Morro Bay on the 41 at the Cerro Alto campground. Parking is $10 or camping $25. Start from the campground and head straight on up. It's about 4.5 mile round trip, and you're going to gain about 800 feet per mile. Pretty lush in the bottom, but then the canyons open up, and as you can see, you'll be working pretty hard. That's Morro Rock in the background there with some pretty stupendous views. Timber always likes relaxing on some rocks, so we kick back for a little break here, watered up, got our jacket and warmth layers on, and then we headed on back down. All right, so from Cerro Alto, we're going to head south back into the town of San Luis Obispo to find the Cerro San Luis Obispo. This is a 4 mile out and back that heads up the southern aspect of the mountain, and you'll gain about 450 feet per mile. At the beginning of the trailhead, you'll find an informational sign, and I got to give a lot of credit to the city of San Luis since this is such a multi-user trail. They've got leashes for dogs, and they've got bells for bike riders that you can pick up and drop off in case you forgot yours. That's really cool. The trail itself is pretty straightforward, no major obstacles, but the views on the top are going to blow your mind. You got 360-degree pano that takes in San Luis out to Pismo, out to Montana de Oro, out to Morro Rock, and there's Bishop in the background right now. Wow, what a peak. We really enjoyed this one, and we know you will too. Not a lot of cover and a lot of trail options, so come prepared with sunscreen and a good trail map. So from there, we headed on over to what is definitely my favorite hike on the Central Coast, and that's Bishop Peak. There's a couple different ways to get up the mountain. For the start, we always go from Patricia Road. You can find that online real easy. And then you're going to do about 1.85 miles or 600 and such feet to get to the top of it. There it is there, big rocky outcrop. And once you're up there, there's a nice rock scramble. The beginning starts out in some pretty nice lush cover. You're going to pass some rock climbers doing their thing, which is always super cool. And then it starts to climb. You'll have some rocky staircases. You can see Timber's navigating with these right here, and it is exposed and it can be hot, so make sure that if your trail doggy's looking a little parched, you pull it over and give them some water. So once we get up to the top, we usually break to the left side and relax under what I call the egg so we can regroup and get ourselves organized for our summit bid. It's a pretty straightforward rock scramble, but there's quite a bit of poison oak in the area, so keep your eyes up and your hands not in the bush. So for most dogs, that's where the trail would end, but Timber and I have been working on this for a couple years, slowly finding our route that gets him to the peak. He's of course roped in the entire time in case there's any mishaps, but now we're just going to have a zen moment and enjoy. It really is an amazing peak, and most dogs won't be situated to be up there this high. Definitely have them connected to you via a rope and a sturdy harness setup in case they do stumble, because they will not survive it. But as you can see, there's Cerro San Luis, Madonna in the background, and clouds are rolling in. It's cold up there, and we are really enjoying this view. It's been an amazing trip. I always love seeing the birds riding up on the thermals while they're looking for some lunch. And speaking of lunch, we had to end our trip at the 3 Stacks in a Rock Brewery. Really amazing place, incredible brews on tap. They've also got some really nice food lined up for you as well. Owners are amazing, dog-friendly joint, so you can hang out there with your pup, check out their wall of doggies, and yeah, we really enjoyed it quite a bit. So if you're wondering where 3 Stacks in a Rock comes from, there they are. And that's also the home of As High As I Am of the Morro Rock Surf Shop and my good buddy Mike. So we took a trip inside to get refreshed on some of our gear, picked up some fresh hats and some new jackets, and just caught up on the scene because Mike always knows what's going on. And if you really want to dig into it, he used to be the lead singer for a band called Bootsy Marengo, and that's who we're listening to right now. Yeah, so that's it, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed it. A huge thanks again to my friend Mike at the Morro Rock Surf Shop, aka As High As I Am. If you need Morro Bay vibes, Central Coast vibes, surf vibes, you need to rent some gear, check them out. They're down on the Embarcadero right by the rock. And when you get tired after you recreate this trip and you need a nice cold beverage, you definitely got to swing into North Morro Bay and check out 3 Stacks and Rock Brewing Company and get the marine layer and make a $1 donation to the dog fundraising campaign that they have going on there. So that's it, everybody. Thanks a lot for your time. We'll see you out there real soon. Bye.
Right? Ladies go with Bootsy like paper on glue. The reason we connected is because we've been rejected by societal change of mind. Come on. Well, some girls sin, now they had deep within a longing to be on the other side.
Mama used to tell me hard work was the only way, yeah. Oh no.